Greetings, John, aka Jab here, and this is a transitional video. Well, obviously I haven't posted videos very much the past few years, but the channel is going to be changing, and you can see up here in the text somewhere, web business and gaming. That does not mean I won't be talking about hardware. I will certainly be talking about hardware. I will certainly be talking about software, obviously, because I have my web business. It has been technically live in its beta since January of this year, 2008. Today is, by the way, Wednesday, November 7th, 2018. So, anyway, 10 years of my life, solo, and building an entire web platform from scratch. The best way that I could describe it concisely is all the software out there are like huts. You could live in a hut, and mine is a great house with massive columns in the front, something like a pantheon. So I will be posting promotional videos, and I'm actually interested in doing seminars. So that's where I'm going to be heading with the channel. Once I have more financial freedom, there's going to be a lot of other things I've wanted to do for a very long time that I will be posting. I might end up making a second channel. I might post. It's really subjective to what you guys want to see. But yeah, if you want to go and check out the web business, yes, go to that. That's the same website. Most of the personal stuff is quietly tucked away, but it's still there if you use a search. But it's Web 3.0. It's shared internal technology, or SIT. I think I'm going with that acronym. And there's just a whole bunch of other stuff, and I cannot describe it in one video. Basically, this is the kind of stuff where people would get just out of their eyeballs excited. It's that level, people get excited about small, updates, or hey, they're releasing a new video cards, or new software, new version of Photoshop. This is when people start to comprehend what the technology is capable of doing. So, anyway, I do apologize for not posting videos. I have been absolutely inundated trying to make sure the software lives up to expectations. Not aiming for perfection, but it definitely has to be solid. It has to be reliable. And I have to also make a living and pay at least some bills. So I'm hoping that the web business and gaming dissection is also a crossroads financially, because that's the whole point of this. I know some of you have mentioned, well, you said you got to make money while you're asleep. Well, if you guys want to help me, obviously small businesses that need a website, yeah, great. But my real target are the design shops, and they've got hundreds of WordPress websites, and WordPress is getting hacked left and right. These sites are getting spammed to death. They've got some plugin that no one's updated for 5 years, and that person who wrote it disappeared, and entire businesses are relying on that plugin. And all this code, everything is written by thousands of people. It's not coordinated. It's just, you can't have a business do its marketing based on that kind of environment. And there are other software that's out there. And yeah, there's a lot of respectable programmers out there who will use or even work on WordPress, but it's not what people need. And so I'm going to be concentrating on my seminars, the videos covering the topics I'll be talking in seminars. And that passive income, that is going to be from when people go to the website, set up their own website, or as a designer for their own clients, or for perhaps themselves. And I only need a few sites a month, and I've got all my bills paid. and have to do zero work. Well, effectively per site, which is great. It tells you, hey, you've set up your DNS already. You're good to go. Or, this is how you set up your DNS. Everything is, it's impressive. If you know what you're looking at, it's impressive. If you know what to look for, yeah. So, obviously, a bit of a transition. Gaming. What have I been gaming? Have I been doing games? I've played a lot of Civilization 5, a lot of Skyrim, a bit of Galactic Civilization 3, but I have not really been buying new games. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time as much as I would love to. There is a lot in real life that I plan on doing. And the web business is actually a stepping stone to even greater things. And it's going to get pretty... Just say, if you think I'm interesting now, wait till I have money. So, I have been gaming on the side, and I relax before I go to bed. But nothing extravagant. Playing Skyrim, doing that No Stone Left Unturned quest, just out of pure curiosity. And the more darker side of stuff, I'm going to be looking for a lot of influences. I wrote a book in my teens. I have slowly started to rewrite it. That financial freedom that I'm looking to gain from my business will allow me to really invest in that. And there will come a point when I have enough money that out of nowhere, I will start working on that and releasing that, and trust me, it will. If you know how to see details in my web platform and you get the scope of it, then just wait till I release my fictional work, or begin to be a little bit more accurate. So I will be paying artists, finding good artists and all that other stuff, but that's a little bit down the road, hopefully not too far down the road. I'd like to there's quite a few things that need to be done, and I'm working hard every single day to get them done. And if there's any piece of personal advice I can give to anyone, if you see someone who is absolutely obsessed with their time management and getting things done, and they are clearly working on something, those are the people who typically will succeed. That discipline is what gets people from A to Z and getting through all the steps in between. So, a lot of people don't, come across those people, and it's difficult and hard, but I know that what I'm working towards is going to help a lot of people. All the projects that I'm working towards are going to help a lot of people, and the world needs it. The world needs all the things I'm doing. I wish I could do more, but, life comes with an expiration date. So, well, inherently at least. So, we'll see. We will be going down quite a few rabbit holes. But one of the videos that I think you guys will be looking forward to almost as much as I will is I'm very much looking forward to insanely fast access and low response times on SSD hardware or any alternatives. So when I have my own server, like my own physical rack and everything, my software is already the fastest that there is, objectively benchmarked. I'm like blowing the competition out of the water. And that's before I do some really big projects when I have employees and everything. But you add the hardware, and yeah, it's going to be insane. So, and it's just going to be, think of it like this. People hate having to upgrade to a new version of an operating system, especially Windows. But, when GNOME 3 came out, you guys use Linux at all, and you remember GNOME 3, you know what I'm talking about. You think people's reaction to Vista or 8 no, especially 8 was bad. You know, GNOME 3 knocked it out of the park, and not and the wrong way. And so a lot of these things that I'm working on, especially like my software, my goal is to make sure that, you know, if new features are added or new components, whatever, that the software doesn't change. You know, it's like, you know, when you know, I bought a DVD ROM, not a rewritable, but an actual ROM, a 16x Acer DVD ROM back in 1999, I think, or maybe 2000. And the only thing that changed was it could now read DVDs. Great. But it did everything that I wanted with the CDs. You know, read, write. Still, you know, when nothing changed, it was a tray and a button. So, you know, that's exactly how software and hardware in general should work. Is, you know, there are things that you can work. You know, it's a conceptual thing to work with. With my software, I will be expanding outwards, but with functionality, you want to expand upwards. So outwards, these are two different applications, of course. You know, with a CD going to a DVD and a DVD to a Blu-ray, and presuming that there's going to be something after Blu-ray, what you're doing is you're expanding upwards. That's that conceptual upwards build, where you're improving upon something. Now, an example, a computer, you know, a lot of you guys, not everyone, but a lot of you guys, you know, we upgrade. And I'm still rocking my 2011 or 12 AM3 8350, AM3 Plus. So yeah, it takes a lot when you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to get everything in place, so that way when your plane lifts off, it stays off the ground and in the air. And so when you have all those expansion slots, and hey, I need more SATA ports, or hey, I want a better networking, or or the onboard audio shot, or whatever, and you expand outwards, and that's how my software is in that sense, where nothing gets affected. And that's, there's a lot of these concepts, and I'll be doing doing some speaking at some point in the future. I'm hoping early 2019. I'm in the Tampa area now instead of Sarasota, but I'll be running back and forth. I know a couple of you say, hey, we want you to come over and speak, or whatnot. It's like, I'm getting there. I really am. I don't know. Some of you might be 50, 60. Some of you might be 14 or something. I have no idea. Everyone's a little bit different, obviously. But I remember before I had internet access, when you got a game on a CD, or if you were lucky, a DVD, instead of like Diablo 2, when it was like 4 discs, and you had to switch them out like 6 times or something. So you're lucky that when you got a DVD, that was it. Some companies would release patches, that would hopefully improve the gameplay or fix some bugs. But if you couldn't beat the game, as is without an internet connection, there were some serious issues. Where now, I'm reading on hard OCP, people downloading like 100 gigabyte patches. It's like, wow. I mean, software developers it reminds me of another thing. The PlayStation 4, not that I care about consoles, filthy console peasants, right? I know some of you but I'm one of those. That's cool. I like my my aunt's Super Nintendo 64, the Mario or whatever, or something like that. And I forgot what I was saying. This is not a really serious video. It's more of a transition video. I will actually be uploading the first of my series, and my goal is to post a video a day. So what I will try to do is I will try to make sure that the title up here, there it is, will be, if you see something that's going to be like more hardware related, I'll try to post that. You'll see, John Blakey web developer, and I'll try to keep the titles nice and clean. So that way, when I start talking about stuff like the hardware, especially the server stuff, and yeah, we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing all sorts of crazy stuff like, can you run 1 stick of RAM in a Threadripper system? Once I have money, can you get the full frequency when all the DIMMs fill all the slots? That was an issue. It's an issue with my AM3 Plus. I can only get the 1600, but not the 2133 if I'm using all 4 DIMMs. And I had to upgrade to 24 gigs of RAM because I might have been born in the 80s, but yeah, I don't do page files. I do my computer works now because I've got things to do, that time bit. And yeah, I mean, I could just go on and reminisce or talk about things or whatever, but I honestly had to get back to work and I get this video uploaded and hopefully not have my system overheat because it's transcribing the video in real time to 1080p because apparently the camera won't do it except for 3 frames per second. I don't know, crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be posting one video. I will respond to your comments as always. Keep it civil, no swearing. As much as I love people being enthusiastic, it's keep it clean. Let's we're adults here, or we're all going to be eventually. And I will be posting a lot of content. It won't be a lot of screencasts and stuff like that. Those take a lot of time. And it's just me right now. And I'm working hard to get to the point where I've got that regular income. And once I've got that passive income, okay, and people can make passive income from fairly simple, things like phone programs or apps, right? So I'm being a bit more aggressive here, and you guys will see as time goes on. So once that I hit that financial freedom to really do what I want, yeah, we're going to be doing some interesting things, and I will always be open to suggestions once I've got the money. For now, it's going to be, talking points, but I definitely want to get into the hardware. Haven't gotten that. It'll probably be much more server-oriented, and if I end up doing something else that's not, because Jab Creations could be about promoting my web platform. That's where it's really going to be about for the channel. So if I end up doing a lot of other stuff on the side, or I manage to get to that point where I can start really working on my fiction, and trust me, everyone thinks what they're writing is fantastic, but to objectively know what you have, put it this way: put Super Saiyan 1 Goku in front of Minas Tirith, take out the Kung Fu and just stick to the energy attacks, and that gives you kind of a hint, a very rough hint, in the direction I'm going. And yeah. So, alright, keep it civil in the comments. Feel free to ask me questions, at some point when I do the seminars. I will eventually be going across the country. I will eventually come to a city near you. Alright. But yeah, that seems like that's where everything's going, and I'm looking forward to it. And maybe I get some of you guys in the video here. Who knows what the future holds? Well, some people do, but don't know everything. So we'll see as we get there. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.